Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, will Rick Lansing survive on General Hospital? Now, that's a trick question because we know there's a 99% chance that he will survive. Okay, let's just be honest. Soap operas don't kill off characters, they just don't. But I'm asking anyway, just for shits and giggles. Now, we got a lot to talk about tonight, people. Chat. Let's sit there and do roll call. Let's get this started. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing again, my friend? Long time no see. Tommy's in the chat. How you doing, Tommy? Amy's in the chat. Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ. Susan is in the chat. How you doing tonight? The lovely Queen of the South is in the chat. How is the Queen doing tonight? I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Ron is in the chat. How you doing, Ron? It was good to see you in James' stream. And how are you doing tonight? It is always a pleasure to see you. Susan's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Monica's in the chat. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good, Blackmon. I'm doing good. I cannot sit there and complain. Things are good. Life is good. And I have you in my life. Just like I have everyone else in my life, so I appreciate that. Have y'all in my life. So that is always a good thing. Now, where's my damn music at? Okay. Seriously, it's good to see Blackmon. Also, it was Blackmon's birthday this week, so definitely shout out to Blackmon. I did, Susan. I did. Hope you had a good weekend. Also, we always miss you in the member circle. Was good, Dolomedics, but I'm very grateful to have you here tonight, Dom. Tommy says, I think Kat and Martin act the same. Kat is annoying. Kat is very extra. Kat is extra to the point where she's just starting to get old. So, Tommy, you like Beyond the Gates, right? That's what's up. Shakira, if he passed away, then Molly disliked her sister again. Yeah. How you doing tonight, Shakira? Good to see you. Yeah, I like Beyond the Gates. I really do. I like Beyond the Gates, Tommy. It's good to see you, Shakira. You've been missed. Spiderquake, what's good, Spiderquake? How was your weekend? I hope you had a good one. Yeah, Freddie, you've been missed, Freddie. You've been missed. What the hell? I asked him about Sheila having a baby, and he says straight that nobody wants to see that. Well, I'm glad that you asked, Ron. I appreciate you asking. Okay, I appreciate you asking. What's good, Mikab? Mikab, it's good to see you again. Tommy says I feel bad for Eva today. Why do you feel bad for Eva today? Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Cherry Ice Cream? It's good to see you. Monique said Drew was playing checkers while Monica was playing chess. She was one step ahead of Drew. He was thinking like a king instead of a Q. Yes, you did actually say that in the in my comment section. My week was good, Tommy. How was yours? How was yours, Tommy? I missed seeing you this weekend. Dominic says your favorite Beyond the Gates character was in rare form today. He was reading that Drew Q playbook the way he tried to set up Naomi. Yes! Yes, Dom. Listen, he got the job done, though. He got the job done. He managed to do exactly what he set out to do. You know, I mean, he seemed like he was probably going to stop that whole thing before he even went to trial. Even after Naomi got, the girls away, they was like, "Nah, we're gonna settle." Like you said, Bill's been doing this for too long. What's good, Amber? Yeah, Dolmedics. Um, Dolmedics, have you been keeping up with Hollyoaks? Ron says, "What's your thoughts on the office, Merlin, and seeing what the guy?" I listen. Okay, I'm gonna sit there. Let me answer one question first, Ron. I'm gonna say this much, Ron. See, our gorgeous Queen Janet says that she does not watch Days of Our Lives, right? You see a scene today where Marlena stops a guy who used to work in the ISA or whatever with a travel bag. She stopped a bullet with a travel bag. Like, what? Like, when she says that she doesn't watch the show, I'm like, yeah, I understand why. I understand why. What's good, Kaiwan? Domex says, I don't know the way. I don't know the way Naomi spoke to Thomas. They told me she might throw down if she has to. Naomi is definitely Bill Jr. When Danny was pregnant, he tried to name that girl Belinda. Oh hell no! Yeah, listen, listen. I expect nothing less from one, Bill Hamilton's daughter, and two, if we're going to be honest, you know how a lot of these. Let's just put it this way, though, Max, and I'm just going to say this: when it comes towards people of color, like myself, we have to work twice as hard to sit there and get half of the recognition. Seriously, we have to work twice as hard to get half of the recognition as our opposite counterparts. So Naomi's not there being this tough is not a surprise. If you really think about that. Yeah, Tommy. I mean, it's just the truth. We have to, myself included, which obviously is not fair, but we have to work twice as hard to sit there and get the same recognition. So I expect nothing less. Yeah, I know I'm a little ahead, but oh, Tony, Tony and RO stuff is fine. It's fire. Okay. It seemed like they were about to sit there and rescue Robbie for a hot minute. And then Frankie just agreed to prostitution, essentially. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Freddie, but um, that's tough, to sit there and deal with that. Tommy says, "I'm a black man. I feel scared. People judge me for my skin color. It's not okay." No, no, it's absolutely not okay, Tommy. It's absolutely not. Um, and it's a shame that you actually have to feel that way. You know. Comex says Naomi is basically Bill G. I'm looking forward to the future storyline where she goes dark. I can just feel it coming. She's Bill Jr. all the way. My gorgeous queen cat lady, I actually felt bad for Sheila after Deacon said it's a hell no to Luna. I hate soaps when they mess up a great couple. Well, here's my whole thing. I thought she was actually going to fold. When she said, "Okay, fine, I get it, Deacon. I won't. I will stay away from Sheila. I will stay away from Luna." I thought there was like, you just as spineless as your damn spineless ass son. But when she decided to, um, what the hell? When she decided to see Luna anywhere, I was like, so what are we doing? We just gonna sit there and see her on a DL? Like, Yes, Tommy, and it's a shame that that's a basic right that we should even have to ask for. It is. What the fuck are people calling me for? Well, yeah, Freddie. No, I'm sorry you actually had to deal with that. That's pretty rough. Oh wow, okay. Gottlieb, that comes for you. He actually did do that too. I was in JLJ Media's chat too. Tommy says Naomi needs to let go of her hate. Tommy, did you watch The Young and the Restless today also? I feel like I don't even know how many people in this chat. Yeah, what did they say? Did they tell me to go and kick rocks without socks? But it seems that Joey is getting more closer to Vanessa. Oh, you know, it's actually really sad. It seems like she actually hasn't been paying attention. Like, it seems like she has not. Oh, well, there you go, Ron. She didn't respond. Domex says, have you been avoiding Hollyoaks? Have you been avoiding the Hollyoaks UK episode video? Video. Wait, have you been avoiding the Hollyoaks UK episode vids? Oh, you mean the short vids? No. Well, yeah, kind of. Um, Also, it's just like I don't avoid it. Also, I don't avoid it all the time on purpose. It's just most of the time, just like I usually have that 20 minutes just to watch that part before I start getting into everything else. So it's usually if I have extra time, then I'll sit there and watch it because I know that they are like future spoilers. So sometimes I won't watch it. Cat lady, you stop it. But I want to. So I try not to watch it, but sometimes they show some good spoilers. Horror stuff has me screaming. No, Max, I don't know. Well, you watched it like 2 weeks ahead, but like, um, you watched it 2 weeks ahead. Who is the chick that wants to go on holiday with Cleo and doesn't want um Selena to go with her? I don't know her name. She's blonde. I think she did something. I think she poisoned um Sienna because she seemed like she has some sort of gripe or beef with her. Elliot says, I'm getting ready for this so called rainstorm that's coming. Yeah, me too. I'm getting that too. What? Ryan's exactly a cat lady because Albert Bostic can't be in a serious relationship. He was looking at Candace Mack and side eyed and oh my god. Is it the older blonde? No, the younger blonde one. It's the younger blonde one. I think it yeah, I don't know her name. I know one is Lena. I heard is it good, Monique? I said this is the time when we need little James somewhere close by Christina when she just said everything out loud. I mean, we got lucky. Pearl, yes. Yes, Pearl, yes. Thank you, Dolomitics. Yeah, she has an issue with Sienna for some reason, and I think that she wound up doing something. Aretha, you know what upset me today? Lucky so eager to cover for Christina, not knowing that Liz was hurt. Never mind, it could have been someone else loved. Someone else loved. He could have messed. He could miss me with the tears. No, no, no. What? Like, what are you talking about? I was a perfect gentleman. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not even being sarcastic. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't. No, I ain't do a damn thing. What are you talking about? No, we're not about to sit there and drag my goddamn name through the mud. No, I didn't do anything. Autumn says Albert Drew is a little tizzy. He's in a little tizzy because she can't use the cute name. I died. Monica, Drew, you came now. I don't understand why is he so like why does he have so much of a hard on to sit there and get um the name. And Aretha, it's good to see you. Tommy says, how do you I was like, no, because I was like, I didn't do anything. No, I didn't question that. I sat there and I thought about something else. I messaged you in a second. Aretha, it's good to see you though. Tommy says, how do you feel about Ted now? Um, I don't think that Ted did anything bad. Like Ted didn't know. And what's good, LaShawn? And yes, he is. Um, Ted didn't know. Like, yes, I guess he asked for an abortion or something like that. But the point is, like, he didn't. I still feel like he's the victim in this whole thing. Ron says, besides Tammy, Worth, Alberts, foster grandma, I don't understand why he was siding. What? You know what? Never mind. Mm-mm. Nope, I'm not gonna do that. Nope, 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 nope. I thought about that shit for me. I was like, I know I didn't do a damn thing this weekend. Exactly, Susan. So he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. Why does Drew have such a hard on for the Q's name? A family he's claiming he hates. I guess he feels like Jason is his favorite, but to be fair, Q's didn't even know he existed until Drew. Yeah, and that's the thing, Autumn. So I didn't understand. I guess, and that's my whole thing, though, Autumn. Like, why? um, yeah, he still thinks that. I like Candace Mack. She has lots of jokes. Yeah, no, Candace Mack is cool peoples. I mean, yeah, she's cool peoples. Hangs out at Jabos, but she's cool peoples, though. You know. But yeah, Autumn, I don't understand that. Like, okay, so yes, that's true, Tommy. He did cheat on his wife, and that's some scumbag is. First of all, cat lady, I was with this seeing who was coming on, and also I was like, what did I do this weekend? I didn't do anything this weekend. I didn't do anything this week, cat lady. But as a certain someone, well, that's totally different. But I didn't do anything. But a certain someone, on the other hand, kind of will sit there and say, show up their hand. Um, but yeah, that wants to unalive the kid. You know, the thing is, they never actually sat there and said that he wanted to sit there and have her get an abortion. Yeah, that's right, Kylie. Exactly what I said. Alex says, how do you feel about Cat's little Tomo's fantasy? I think it was her hormones. I'm just going to be honest. I think it was her hormones. I'm glad she did sit there and call, what you call it out though. I hope you do too, Kylie, because I mean, I'll probably have the same thing. Yeah, jealous. Alex doesn't feel like Cat is just yeah, exact. That's what I'm sitting there saying. Like she was right to call him out. She was like, "Yo, you know what? Listen, this is all sorts of shades of wrong." And you know the thing is with Danny and Chelsea, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that she was going to sit there and start focusing on a little bit too hard on Chelsea's um business, and she was just going to get pissed. She was going to get annoyed. Yes, I do agree with him, Ron. I do. I do agree with him, Matt. Oh, and my gorgeous queen, I just messaged you. What? Autumn says, I really hope Lucky does not cover for Christina. This should Christina how far. Oh, this shows how far Christina's out of control. Or, Ed, what's good, Big Ed? It's good to see you, my guy. How the hell have you been? Donut says Kat is going to lose her V card and kick Thomas out of her bed the exact same way her aunt Danny did with Andre the first time. God, lady, I love you. Ed, it's good to see you, though, my guy. Oh, Ed, that's very important. I don't, I, I don't know if even Doug is even thinking about that at this point in time. If we're gonna be honest, especially Holly. Yeah, you gotta get him shook. Shakira says I've seen Days yet, and oh, you haven't seen Days was actually pretty decent. I actually enjoyed Days, Shakira. Cat lady says Bill pulled the slick move today with the ladies. Now they want to settle. Yep. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, though, Max, he's been losing Vanessa for years, right? That marriage is pretty much kind of done at that point. Let's just be honest. He's just gonna lose his money. As says Shakira, what about Wynar? Eh, you know what? There were some parts I liked about Wynar, Shakira. Um, I wouldn't sit there and say it's super exciting. You can watch that show last, but there was parts I did like about it. I like the Damien and Nate stuff. Um, there was something about it, like it was kind of like feel good in a sense, and I don't normally gravitate towards those type of scenes. Tommy says, "Who is worse, Bill or Sonny?" Sonny. No, actually, yeah, Sonny. I mean, Bill's a scumbag. Don't get me wrong, but as says Naomi clients were stupid for talking to Bill without her. I'm glad one of them had enough sense to keep reaching out, but it still was dumb to let it get that far. Yes, and I agree with that. Um, Tommy says, "Do you like Kyle and Claire together?" I I do. I do. I don't like the way that Summer's going about it, but I do also like them together in a sense. Like Summer is entitled as shit, and so is Kyle, right? But they did have something special, and it is kind of shame to sit there and see that love die. Yes, Ed, I agree with that, though. Ron, I think she about to sit there and see the um the thing is, Ed, it just like when she sat there and said, you know what, listen, I grew up with nothing, you grew up with everything. And yet you still coming at me sideways since it's a bad look. Kat didn't have anything to say. Tommy says Kat reminds you of Summer. I don't know why, Tommy, but I feel like I don't know who's worse in a sense. I don't know who's worse, I would say. Kelly says, I feel like Joey's mother is not in the picture. Randy gave him a look like what mother? Uh, I'm not against it, Ron. I'm not against it. I feel like I don't know. I'm not against it. Damn, listen. I mean, Tommy, have you seen Vanessa? Shakira says Holden is trying to seduce Audra. You know, Shakira. You know what I would sit there and want to see. I would want to see Holden and Claire. I want to see Holden and Claire. Yeah, exactly, Shakira. What's good, Double C? Goddamn right, Tommy. Ed, yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised she actually admitted that shit. What's good, Double C? I'm surprised she admitted that shit, Ed. I'm like, yo, that, that was some dumb shit right there. And the way she captioned it, saying it was like, Double C says, I'm doing good. I got a job interview Thursday morning, a group interview. Good luck. Good luck, Double C. Good luck. Good luck. I hope it goes well. Ron says, I don't understand what you are saying. Do you think Luna will let it slide when electric? No, I think Luna's gonna lose her. I think Luna's gonna what? Hold on. Ron says, Albert, you're trifling disgusting. He was effing with his younger sister Talia, but you want him with Jada? So she's a legal age. But you're right, Ron. I am a very trifling person. That's actually very good. Lady V, what's good, Lady V? Tommy says, I got a job interview on Wednesday. I'm nervous. Tommy, you got this. Okay? I wish you good luck. And I don't think you'll need it. It says we definitely in for another round of Molly versus Christina. Oh yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. You are correct. Monique says Naomi versus Bill in court is gonna be epic. It should be pretty good. I definitely will. Thank you, Cat Lady. I definitely will. Yes, that's true, Monique. It should be pretty interesting. Because I'm not gonna lie, Monique. If Naomi beats Bill after all that shit he was talking, oh shit, I didn't actually have drop of this. God damn, not one iota. Yes, I definitely yeah. Oh, I just did. I don't know, Ed. It kind of seemed like it did a little bit, Ed. Did you see the look on Danny's face? Like she knew that she OD. She knew that she OD. But Ed, what about the Ashley and Andre scene? Like honestly, tell you the truth, Ashley, I was like, yo, listen, if he doesn't want to talk to you, he doesn't want to sit there and be around you, then like he doesn't owe you an apology or anything like that. But you seriously are being oh lady listen now it's Lady V, that's just Ron. Ron is funny, so I don't take his comments seriously. But thank you, Lady V. Ron is just being funny. I don't take his comments to heart. Freddie says, I was like, Ava, I get your concern for Rick, but she should yes, and I said the same. I don't know if you saw my video. I said the same thing. I said the same thing. I was like, boy, this is time and a place, and this is not it. Thank you, Lady V. Double C says Naomi being built is like the student out. Yes, exactly, Double C. You know that's going to be an epic fail. I mean, like if she, it's cool, Ron. Lady V doesn't know our dynamic. Um, but I appreciate that, Lady V. He just, I find it more funny than anything else. Ron is my jester. Like Ron is my jester. Okay, so yes. Well, also thank you for watching, Freddie. Hmm, I'm playing. What's good, Eagle? How the hell are you? Tommy says Hope can go wash dishes. Eagle says I was wondering what Lucky will do knowing he knows who cut the brakes. I think if Liz got hurt, if Liz got seriously hurt, like if she was like in a coma or something like that, then it would have been a little bit different. If it was now, Monique says as much as I can stop, I mean, as much as I can stand Hope. Jerry Edgecombe says it's raining hard, Philly style. Jerry, you're in Philly. I can't stand Hope. You make a valid point about Brooke. How many times can Brooke allow herself to be a doormat at the ridge? Yeah, exactly, Mo. And that's the thing. Like they both made very good, valid points. Um, They both made valid points. And trust me, I'm not that much of a fan of Brooke either. So I'm looking at it like, oh, that's what's up, Jerry. And let me tell you something. You know it's bad when Jordan doesn't bring up TJ. When Mom Dukes don't bring up, it's the same thing on B&B. It's the same thing with B&B. You know, they don't bring up what you call it. Like they don't bring up RJ. Oh, and by the way, what soap operas do you watch? I feel like that's kind of a stupid question, but I want to be reminded again. And it's GA's Days Beyond the Gates. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna lie, Ed. Like, how is it trying to watch those three? Because I feel like here's the thing, Ed. I feel like even watching those three consistently can be a lot. And yeah, I'm just curious about that. Ron says about how will Belle feel about her ex-husband Sean and Jada getting involved, and she, um, I to tell you the truth, how Belle feels about what Sean does is irrelevant. Like that's irrelevant. Sean can do whatever the hell he wants. If Belle can do what she wants, then Sean can do whatever the hell she wants. But yes, it was good, Lady V. It's good to see you. So like how she feels, I don't know about this whole pregnant thing, but WC says Luna is being fast like her mom, Poppy. Yeah, but she's just coming across as hella desperate, though. Like she's like literally, she's coming across as hella desperate. Um, and of course, Electra is also worried that she's gonna lose Will because she's just not, she's not ready. She's not ready for that type of. Monique says most women allow men to treat them like crap because they don't want to be alone. They take all the abuse and disrespect from a man, which is broke. Yeah, yeah, and it's unfortunate. Sometimes I watch what I miss in the morning, or I watch days. Or yes, and it's funny, Ed, I used to do that too back in high school. When I was watching Poor Charles, One Life to Live, and in General Hospital. But so I get it, Ed. I get it. Trust me. And again, me, I watch all five of them. So like that's why usually like on Tuesdays it's very difficult for me to sit there and watch. I mean, and try to do a live stream. And it was I love SoapNet. LA says, Albert, how do you still have the window open? LOL, it's raining there yet. No, it's not raining yet. It's not raining yet. So I'm Gucci for right now. But it's also hot as shit right now. Too. It's also hot as shit right now too. So I would still crack that shit and add that comments for you. I mean, sorry, Freddie, that comments for you. But she recused herself from the case. She recused herself from the case. From the case, though. Have a good evening, Lady V. It was really great to see you. Yep. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Cat lady. It's yeah, yeah, they do. It was like 60 degrees outside. It says, "Oh wow, that's wow. I got my fan on, trying to not put the AC on. I haven't used a fan in so long. Um, I mean, at some point, I'm gonna have to put on the AC in my room anyway. So when it comes back, that is was Rachel that Pow Pow EJ. Her uncle, what will you say to me? I was just gonna say you're right, Ron. I'll be like, you are right, and I should have never doubted you. That's what she says. Where I live, it's raining and it's hot. I do have my window open. Yeah. What's good, wink, wink? Kelly says it's raining too hard to open my window. They say we might. What hell? What's the temperature out there? I mean, it must be cold out there for hell. I cannot imagine hail forming in. What's good, wink? Oh, so he says I'm not saying goodnight, you guys. I'm simply saying hello to. Oh, yeah. Some people do that when they when they come in the evening. They sit there and say goodnight, everybody. Like, really, wink? Oh, okay, I just learned something new. No, it definitely does not. Double C. It definitely does not. But when it's too hot, I can't sleep. So I'm like, that's what the news said. What's your phone saying? What's your phone saying? This thunder and lightning is wild, guys. Because no, double C. Sometimes I'm like, I mean, I get it, but I'm like, yo, I gotta sleep. Like, I will deal with the electric bill when it comes and work that shit out. No, when Nick says, I think I'm a chameleon, I adapt to the changes of the weather. What's good, Francis? Francis, when you are here, you are on time, and I appreciate you. What is your news saying? You know, Cat Lady, I haven't actually checked the news. I haven't checked the news, so I have no idea what the news is saying. I just heard what people were saying when people came into my job. They were saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a bad thunderstorm or whatever." That's what the weatherman said. I'm like, okay. I mean, I heard the rest of the country, whatever, it's just kind of bad out there. But Ron says every time I see Alex and Stephanie, I feel like throwing up because it's sickening to look at those two morons, but nothing lasts. She can't keep a man for long. All her relationships fail. Wow, Ron. Those two morons. Freddie said they really corrupted the Christina character. I don't know. Francis, it's always nice to see you. Yes, Double C. I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing. But yeah, that's the thing though, Double C. Like it'll be 90 degrees outside, and I have my windows closed all day, just cause sometimes I forget to sit there and open up the window. But the minute I'm going to sleep, oh, that shit is up. The AC is on. Like it says, so tornadoes can be coming straight towards you, but you wouldn't know. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah, you're exactly right. There's no comeback line for that. Yep. Because kind of like I'm just such a busy man. I'm always doing stuff, always got stuff going on. So stuff sometimes kind of just slips through the cracks. And it says, I wouldn't have an issue with Drew fighting for the family name if it was his idea to go for it. He only did it because the congressman that died told him, yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said, I just think it's just stupid in general. I'm like, you don't like those people. Why are you fighting so hard for a name? Baby girl, you know exactly how busy I'd be at times. I have a lot going on. But I always sit there and make time for the people that matter. So just know that, Miss Sassy. I do, Ron. I do. When the videos, yeah, I do. In my reviews, I do. Thank you, Francis. 32 people in the chat and 20 likes. Yes, hit that like button. As I said in my review. Yes, hit that like button, as Francis says, because it really does actually help. Kelly says I sleep with the fan every night until summer, then it's the AC. Makes sense. Make time for your yes, for the people that matter, like you, like people in the chat, you know. Thank you, Ed. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Wink says no one has spared the rod is something Sonny and Alexa should have took to heart when raising Christina. There are mistakes. There are life. Yeah, these are life and death choices. Yes. Oh, thank you, cat lady. People like me, right? I do. Oh, I did a review. Nice. Okay, I will definitely watch that before I go to bed tonight. I might, Ed. I might. Um, I like going beyond the gates reviews, but like the B&B reviews are just a lot easier. I sit down, if I have time to sit there and do beyond the gates reviews, then I'll definitely do them. But I think I'm sticking with two reviews for right now, just because of all five of the soap operas, it's just a lot easier. But if I get some time, I damn sure will. Oh, let me hit the like button. Well, cat lady. I mean, I know you're busy too. You're a very busy gal. I feel like that was a sarcastic comment about something. No, no, Francis. I do not think that Rick is gonna die. I think he's gonna be hurt, but I don't think it's gonna be like serious. Francis, you gotta sit there and remember when it comes to these American soap operas, they don't they rarely will kill characters off, especially a character like Rick or Carly or what I'm saying, like they're not killing these characters off. Hell, they didn't even kill Jason off. They just told him this, he just wanted to leave or whatever, or he had to leave, but they didn't kill him off though. They ain't killing Rick. Yes, I don't know if I actually said that in my review, but yes, the same thing. Yeah, especially for Rick. Alexis and Sunny do not like Rick. So they have no qualms covering for Christina. Freddie says Willow is dumb when it comes to Drew. Carly is dumb when it comes to Jack. I don't know about the Drew part, but I respect your opinion. Wing says, "Do you think you're laying off the Beyond the Gates review because it's a little more repetitive in what's going on right now? Only plot really moving is the lawsuit. It's not. The thing is, I mean, let's be honest, Wing. Bold and the Beautiful is probably the most repetitive show. Um, but it's more just the effort versus the numbers, as opposed to me doing the same thing for B and getting higher numbers. And it's a short. It's much easier to do B than it is to do Beyond the Gates. So if I had time, I would definitely sit there and do all three of them at the very least. Eh, the end was good, Francis. The end. I wouldn't even sit there and say, you should watch it because it's super great. But the end was great. I don't even think you even need to watch it, to be honest, Francis, because the end, they're going to be sitting there talking about it in the next couple episodes. So they'll show you a flashback. So no, you don't need to watch it. Elliot says, I'm trying to plan how to do Beyond the Gates reviews. Two, I'm trying to give the stories time to play out. Yeah, gotcha. Channels metrics are important for visibility. The thing is, Wink, yes, and it is. Because I'm going to be honest, Wink, if you do, okay, for me, what's good, Rachel? If you do a video and it's bad and you keep doing bad videos, YouTube tends to punish you and they don't promote your channel as much. Um, so even like my General Hospital reviews may start to go down in numbers because I'm doing a review on a show people aren't really watching as much. So I know it just comes across like, oh, I just care about the views, but like that does help grow our channel. So Rachel says I agree. B&B is repetitive and it doesn't make sense because the show has less time per episode to drive the plot. It does seem like their cast is small, so they could be why they repetitive so much. Hmm, I don't know. I mean, I watched a show called Hollyoaks, and they actually have more characters, and maybe that I'll take that away. I have to search for your live streams now. I haven't gotten notified. See, that's insane. Wing says, I'll be honest, I have to search for your live streams now. Haven't gotten a notification in like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, that sucks. And Janet's the same way. Janet was like, I don't get notifications anymore. See, Wing, this is the reason why I always have it at a certain time. What's good, Island? Because I know YouTube is gonna, they tend to do that. So I plan ahead. See, and same thing with Cat Lady. Monique says, "Well, topic, did you see?" No, I gotta sit there and watch. I gotta sit there and watch, Monique. Same thing. And Cherry, same thing. No, Monique, I gotta sit there and watch. Or yeah, watch. It's like watching on YouTube. Yeah, Ed, Cherry, Cat Lady, Wink. Like that's insane. So my method does actually work in a sense. I mean, the ad was just kind of stupid if you really think about it. It's like, I mean, he just didn't get what he wanted. Which is like, why would you want to see? I mean, all reality, why would you even want to be associated with people that you don't like? Like seriously. And like in all reality, Tracy's not there acting like she's doing something super special. I'm like, the Quartermain name has been tarnished for a hot minute. Let's not sit there and try to act like you're saving anything. Monique said she was talking about some today, just like wars and how they have no respect. Oh shit! Okay, damn. Okay, she was going in. Hmm. I mean, and that's the thing, no more like it's. I'll tune in for certain interviews that they put on. Who to act? Yep. Okay. And I like that comment. Monique says, "Same Monique. Charlemagne knows who to act like he has some common, like he has some sense around. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though, Wank. I remember when I used to sit there and watch some of their interviews, and like Angela Yee. Angela Yee used to be so embarrassed when Charlemagne used to speak. I mean, yeah, he brought in the ratings and everything like that, but like certain things he said was just really out of pocket. Like, I'm not even gonna repeat some of the shit that he says, and I remember it. Kelly says, "Well, Monique agreed with Tracy, sir, so hush." Ah, my sassy queen. Yes, I'm glad that he's back to Ed. It's funny. I was talking about that this week with Jonathan. Um, I like Orpheus. I do. I feel like he kind of reminds me a little bit like. Well, I don't want to sit there and say he reminds me of Jerry Jacks, but like, what's good, Duan? But I like Orpheus though. Okay, Freddie. Yes. So I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna rub people the wrong way, but I feel like I need to say it because somebody needs to say it. Justin says I can just say this or her and Rick's fault because it would not have gotten to this point. What? Oh shit! Hold on. Hold on. All right. Where's that comment? Wing said Charlamagne used to do things stuff like sniff the seeds of a female gas and talk about how it smelled. Angela laughed, so I had no respect for her. Well, here's the thing though. Baby girl, you don't even know what I'm gonna say yet. You don't even know what I'm gonna say yet. Justin, can you do me a favor, Justin? Can you say that in Kyrie's stream tonight? I want you to say that. I want you to say word for word that. I want you to say word for word that. Okay, Justin, I want you to say word for word that. Yeah, like I remember he said that. Okay, but here's the thing though, Wayne, and I'm not. No, seriously, I do want I want Justin F to sit there and say that exact. You know what? No, screw that. Hold on. I'm gonna get to people's comments in a second. No, hold on. I want to make sure that fuck me. Oh wow, that's what I sound like. There we go. There we go. That's better. That's the money shot. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. Wing says, I guess accountability is just a word. No, 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 no. But, no, I agree with that, Wing. Right? I agree with that. But let me ask you a question now. And I'm not excusing her behavior, but do you think that she laughed because she thought it was funny, or do you think that she laughed because like she was uncomfortable and it was one of those go along, get along or like go along to get along kind of situations? Because right now she has her own show. And again, I'm not excusing that, right? Like I totally understand that, but I'm trying to look at it from her perspective in a sense. Like, do you think that she said that, you know, oh, would they have him leave town or what did they give him? No, no, they did not. Francis, they don't even sit there. They don't mention him, Francis. They don't talk about him. Jordan does not talk about him. Oh no, I get that, Wink. I do. I'm just like I remember when you were sitting there saying like she laughed at the stuff that Charlemagne would say, even though it would be out of pocket. And granted, I haven't watched every single stuff, every single things that they've done, but like, um, I'm just looking at it from like from that scenario in a sense. Again, you know, um, playing the long game or whatever. I mean, she has a voice. She could have said something that she really felt uncomfortable. So, okay, now I'm going to sit there and say it. Now I'm going to sit there and say it. So, I don't exactly remember what the comment was because it was like so far up there. But thank you, Justin. Wink says yes, a few women have called Angela out, and it was always crickets because she had no defense. Yeah, that seems about right. I guess my biggest issue with her was when she used to say my I guess maybe one of my issues with her was when she used to give advice. She used to give advice to women who were married and had kids, and she's not married and don't have kids. So part of me is looking at that, like, how are you qualified to sit there and give married women with kids advice and you don't have either one of those? Like, how does that work? Um, that's something I used to always sit there and found funny as hell. But okay, so here's my thing with Drew and messing up the family crypt and everything, right? He wants to do it to punish Tracy. Now, I'm not making excuses, so I want to put that out there right now. I'm just trying to get a read on Drew. Drew never met Monica or Edward or I didn't even start. I didn't even start talking. One second, Ed. I'm gonna get to that in 1 second. But Wayne says, and she knows nothing about that life. It's like you're telling me to eat exactly. It's like it's laughable, and she had a whole segment around that. I'm like, Ed, I would sit there and say detective because a lawyer has to sit there and follow rules, and detectives really, like a PI and stuff like that. I would sit there and say more of a PI. I didn't even sit there. Okay, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna sit there and say it. Drew never met these people, right? So there's no emotional attachment to what he's doing. You know, I mean, yes, it's out of pocket either way if you know these people or not. But he is so angry and so full of rage that he's not sitting there. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm sitting there saying, like, from his perspective, he's like, it's easy for him to sit there and say, tear down the family crib because he's never met those people. Yes, obviously you should know right from wrong, but I feel like that's another way that he's justifying it. So that's what I would sit there and say. But no, Ed, I would sit there and say more of a PI thing. And see the thing is, Wink and Kylie, it was not even as bad. Caitlin, you know damn well why her is up making excuses. Right, no, Freddie, what I was doing was that they're getting into the psyche of Drew Quarterman. Drew Quarterman. That lady, you know on the level I was right. What's good, Jonathan? That lady, you stop it. Daniel says if Christina gets away with this, BSGH is finished. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, Janet. I gotta sit down and watch that. Listen, Michael Fairman is the man. Michael Fairman is the goddamn man. That man is a legend. Island says the Breakfast Club have a strange setup to me. I don't really watch or listen to. Plus, Charlamagne has ties with Andrew Schultz. I'm not a fan. Kendrick spoke rapper about him. What you don't like about Andrew Schultz? Yeah, unfortunately, Jen, she's gonna want to hooking up with what you call it with Will. And Jen, it's good to see you. You know, Ed, you just said that. I want to know why. Because I have my thoughts about that. So why don't you tell me why? Why don't you tell me why? We gonna talk about it. This kiss is because you like Drew. No, Freddie is just getting into the psyche of Drew and oh shit. Wayne says we don't have enough time to start talking about Andrew Schultz. Okay, we're gonna sit there and make it a priority next time because I want to know your thoughts on that. Where it won't be able to resist. Will he not be able to resist, or do you think they? I think if he won't be able to resist, I think it's because he. Okay, I have a couple of different theories about that. It says because we got to learn more about Emma and why she cares so much about who she wants to be as a character. Okay, we're going to talk about that. But I got a comment for that. Okay. Kyler says Abba's over here trying to gaslight us. No, I laid out my whole thing perfectly about the psyche of Drew Quartermain. I didn't sit there and make excuses for him. I'm saying that's how he would perceive it. Here's okay. You know what? Here's my whole thing. Here's the thing that I agreed with, and I disagreed. Emma's heart was in the right place. Emma's heart was in the right place. I don't like the I first of all, I don't understand what the hell she was going on about, I'm a young college student and I push boundaries and this, that, and the third. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Ed, I don't know if you saw a video that I put out. I put out a video called When Protesting Goes Wrong. Basically she's there saying that, you can skate the law as long as if it's for a right cause. I feel like Emma, when she took those chains and tied herself up, I feel like those are those extreme protesting people that have no problem breaking the law because of what they feel is right. I haven't seen it. Okay, when you get a chance, it's definitely check it out. But I feel like when you start doing things like that, like I've seen people that will take protesting to the extreme. Um, and whatever that they're protesting, it gets lost in the shuffle because of what they're doing. And I feel like Emma's that type of person. Elliot says it's better to be Issue Island for Christina. Put her in that. Damn, you want to ship her off the whole goddamn island. Island says apparently Andrew Shaw spoke on issues that black women face in certain situations. While Charlemagne, if I'm not mistaken, was there. Oh, I remember that. I remember that island. I remember that specifically because they made an apology video. I don't know what it was about, but I do remember that. I gotta go back. I gotta watch the whole video island. Some of the stuff that I don't want to sit there and speak on it too much, but some of the stuff I saw, I couldn't tell if, yeah, I couldn't tell if they were overreacting or was they valid in their criticisms. But I do remember the two people that apologized, and I felt like that was like they laughed and then they made excuses for it afterwards. Like, no, stand by that. If you felt it was funny, you felt it was funny. But I don't know. I don't remember exactly what he said, so I can't really. Wing says Nikisha made a great point. Trina sounded the alarm and gathered evidence, but Tracy said, "You're a good tenant," but called Emma and Al. Oh shit. Hmm. Kelly says if Jack gets to Emma and makes her an agent to poor new Jack, you better run. Anna and Carly are coming at you, and it's not good. Tommy says, "Do you think Bill and Danny will get back together?" I feel like if she does get back together with Bill, then she will be exactly what Bill called her, pathetic. And unfortunately, I feel like that could wind up happening. I mean, if they hook up or whatever, yeah, yeah, I still think it'll be pathetic. I mean, I, I was gonna sit there and say, I was like, I don't know if I could sit there and be with a woman if they sat there and called me pathetic, but if they're really hot and got the right equipment, I might let that shit slide. I might let that shit slide, which is actually pathetic. So, I mean, there's that. So, yes, I'll be exactly no better than, well, I mean, at least I can admit it, baby girl. Come on now, you got the right equipment. What am I going to sit there and say? No. Island says, I don't recall what was said exactly, but I remember feeling some type of way. I would have, yeah, I'm actually going to have to sit there and try to watch the video this week. I would sit there and say tonight, but it'll probably be tomorrow, though. Um, I remember a while back, but I didn't remember the whole thing, and I couldn't tell. Like, oh, people, it's not they taking this little out of context of where people had a right to be upset. Not to sit there and say like people's feelings aren't valid, but I've seen too many times that people tend to take things and take it further than what is actually said. So Johnson says Rafe took the chameleon approach today. Jonathan, I feel like between Rafe and his listening device and Bell being wired, Jonathan, I feel like EJ's gonna find because it didn't seem like it was well hidden. I feel like he's going to find that device and then realize that Bell is playing him because you gotta remember he still has to be shot. He can't be shot if he's in jail. Wayne says pretty soon Albert's gonna start asking about age, dress sizes, and listen, Wayne. I mean, Kevin Samuels was the Godfather. He was the Godfather. He said some out of pocket stuff, but he also said some stuff that was true. Rather people agree to disagree. I'm not gonna sit there and say that I agree with everything you said. That's what I feel is gonna wind up happening. He was the Godfather. I'm just saying. But thank you, Wayne, because I haven't watched a Kevin Samuels video in a hot minute. Come on, Wayne. Wayne? You're not gonna sit there and tell me that none of the stuff that he said made sense, like not even one thing. And it says, I almost forgot when the secret comes out. I wanted Xander to let Sarah have it because yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, Ed. Sarah actually disappointed me. She really disappointed me. Um, Putting her relationship before Stephanie and Alex's relationship. Ellie says, "Sir, all I see is lights behind you. Did you start raining? No, but I'm gonna go and see what that is, though." Jocelyn says, "Do you think the guy lying on the desk that Steve and Marlena?" I feel like it is. I feel like it is, Jonathan. I do, because here's the thing: they didn't actually show a clear face. They didn't show a clear face. Not I feel like it is. But thank you, Jonathan, because I totally forgot about that. Okay, hold on. I want to see what the hell that is. It's not good. And I am back. And Catley says, "Why do we have to suffer with that ish?" Okay, Catley, what is wrong with that background? I'll come up with a better background, but what's wrong with that background? And and we are back. I mean, my love, I wasn't trying to be slick, but I don't understand. Like, what's oh, the car seemed like it got on fire. It seemed like it was an accident, and it's like they were hosing down the car. Like the car was like literally damn near on fire. Um, I'm surprised I didn't actually smell the smoke from in here. Johnson says, "What do you think Orpheus' next move is?" I have a better question for you, Jonathan. I have two questions for you. How the hell did a travel bag block a bullet? How did a travel bag block a bullet? And how did Andrew let that man escape? What is he, Batman? That's the question that I got. As says, I watched a lot of Kevin Samuels videos and seeing him on her podcast. I didn't agree with everything, but he did make some good points at times, and most people don't like that he was straightforward. He was hella straightforward, and I agree with that. All that, and you didn't notice anything. First of all, you didn't answer my question. I said what was wrong with the background, and I told you the car was on fire. Why? Apparently, the car was like on fire, or whatever, and there was like smoke coming from the car. Um, and it seemed like they have the whole road blocked off. Now, my love, are you going to answer my question? Was anyone really surprised to Orpheus escape at the end? I, see, Jonathan. This is my whole thing, though. I don't know, Ed. Like I said, there was things I definitely did not agree with him, but Ed, I would definitely sit there and say this. I admired his work ethic. I admired his work ethic. He started off very small and like blew up, as far as how many people he had in the streams. Yeah, Island. It's car that was on fire, I think. Earlier says because it's dark and boring looking. Okay, all right. Well, I'll work on some new ones then. I'll work on some new ones. Let's see who's in Kyrie's stream right now. Since Kyrie's, he starts Alyssa Jeffries. How do you feel about Jada telling Rafe the truth? She did what no other woman has. I want her to tell the truth. I want her to tell the truth. Um, she didn't tell it today, but I think my whole thing, like, if the question is, will they stay together? Freddie says, Aber, Trina and Kai is the only ones on GH whose life is less drama while everyone else and poor Charles is committing crimes and keeping secrets. Yeah, that just makes them more boring, I guess. I don't know. I have a tough time really caring in a sense. But listen, I haven't seen, like, I'm still new to Dave, so I haven't seen his other misfires with relationships. So I'm gonna have to take your word on that. Except for the fact that Jonathan, except for the fact that he wound up, killing the assassin. So now he can't now Jason can't get anything from that, right? I mean, yes, it's always cool to see the dynamic duo together, but like, I mean, and honestly, the way he died was just so lame too. I'm surprised Jason actually let the guy get the drop on him. I was surprised that Drew wasted Alexis's gas money. Fuck, I knew I had to do something. I had to sit there and spy on Kyrie. Definitely Island. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Frank. Listen, at least you're giving them a chance. Most people are just kind of like, if it's not Spencer, they generally don't give a damn. So that's good. That's good, Freddie. Daniel says Sonny and Jason getting boring like they do, like they take a loss. They ever take a loss? Well, I think Michael's considered a loss in a sense. Alyssa says Sammy lied to him, Nicole lied to him, Kate lied to him, Jordan turned out to be a sex. Wait, he was with Kate? Alyssa J, he was with Kate Robinson? Or Kate, whatever the hell her name is? Alyssa, are you finding Jada better with Sean or Rafe? I feel like Rafe makes her boring. I mean, to be fair, Alyssa, I feel like Rafe probably makes every woman boring. So, like, I mean, that's just who he is. He's kind of like Michael in General Hospital. Oh wow, okay. Ed, okay, Jonathan. So, I'm not gonna lie. It's always interesting to sit there and have a question. I had a question for the both of y'all. No, Jonathan. Listen. I only been watching it. Hey, watch it. What? What? Watch what? What am I watching? What do you mean about Michael? Watch what, my love? What am I watching? Ed and Jonathan. The next time. Okay. Ed and Jonathan. I got a question for both of y'all. I knew I had a question for both of y'all. All right, Ed and Jonathan. What else my damn drink at? We'll sit there and see who gets this answer. I was at work the other day, or I was like, I gotta ask both of them these questions. All right, Jonathan and Ed, what is the name of Jocelyn's trainer? That guy. What is his name? What is the name of that guy's of the guy's trainer? Of Jocelyn's trainer. What's his name? Damn. Yeah, I Jonathan, we got listen, we gotta do a part two though, man. We gotta do a part two. That was good. Queen Jess was good. Jonathan was like, yo, listen, I'm showing no mercy in this one. I love it. That's what's up, Jonathan. And the fact that you knew his name is like that's amazing in itself. That's amazing in itself. Carnage. They don't. They don't. They don't. But Jess, what you thought of the soap today, though? Good, Ed. Listen, I'm telling you this much. I'm telling you this much right now, though. Like when we do the second part, I'm actually having my shit together. We're gonna have a good time now. Y'all two are dangerously good. Seriously. Yes, Freddie. It's good to see you again, my friend. You stay safe and look forward to seeing you soon. I don't know. I just like I have to tell you, it's just easy to review Bold and the Beautiful. And like the Gates numbers was just I didn't feel like it was worse than what they're doing. So I just kind of took a break from it. I do kind of miss it a little bit, but it actually was getting kind of difficult to sit there and do both of them and do the other ones and do the live stream. So I had to sit there and kind of cut one a little bit. Okay, it's starting to rain now. When I get some time, I'll definitely sit there and start doing it again. Yes, have a good night, Freddie. It was really great to see you again. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to sit there and shut this window. I'm definitely gonna sit there and shut this window. Yep, there we go. Both of those shows is decent, right? That freaking screen though. I'm gonna get a better looking screen though. I'm gonna find one that's gonna be cool. As says I still want Leo and Javi out Rafe house. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's just out of pocket. Just says I was wondering why Emma was so involved with the quartermain strong, but I'm glad she gave a reason. Yeah, I mean, I knew that was the reason though. Like I knew that was the reason. Um, I mean, she's been kind of a headache, but at least I understand where she was coming from. Elliot says, so we're doing this every freaking time. Oh my god. God, lady, you're such a bad kitty, I swear. I mean, just in a sense, I can understand. Like, even here's the thing: even if it wasn't for the Edward thing, she's a social justice warrior, So like her sticking up for the Quartermains, and like, okay, it would make sense even without the Edward stuff because again, she's fighting for the little guy or whatever, or fighting against a corrupt politician. So like, even without that, I just thought the background was kind of cool while I got up and everything. Let's get a warrior hero. Yeah, just but yeah, okay. Fuck, I knew I forgot something. My whole thing is like if they have okay, because Monica came and she saved the day and everything like that, right? If they just had listened to Geo and Emma's idea, they could have saved themselves all this trouble today. Remember, this was Emma's idea. You give up a little land, you get more land. You know what I'm saying? You get to keep the crib. So my whole thing is like when they said that Monica saved everything, I was like, this was Emma's idea. What are you talking about? Y'all could have, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody wanted to listen to them. They had to go through this whole goddamn protest. Emma had to sit there and get arrested. And if y'all just would have sat there and listened to her last week, this wouldn't have like. Johnson says if Daria returns to Salem and move in with Rafe and Gabby, do you think that Javi and Leo would be forced out? Well, why would he be forced out? But why would he be forced out? Just says, was it? I have fast paid attention to that storyline. Yeah, no, that was the thing though. Just like originally, Emma and G was like, yo, listen, I have a great idea. They presented it to Ned. Ned wouldn't go for it. It didn't make any sense why they didn't listen to Emma's and Gio's idea. They brung it to Brooklyn. Brooklyn didn't want to listen to it. Brooklyn was like, don't get involved in the family drama. You're not Quartermains. There's no point of you get. What's good, Big Nate? How you doing tonight? She was like, there's no point of you Smith getting caught up in this drama, but I will mention it. Days go by, nothing happens. I'm like, all of this seems so unnecessary if you just would have listened. I just, I don't. It says I would like it if they could get the actor that played Patrick in for a day or two. I know he's playing Billy and why not, but it would still be cool. Yeah. I mean, I listen. I like Patrick Drake. when he was on. I think he's doing a hell of a good job as Billy though. I don't necessarily mean that getting kicked out, but decided to move out because Dario could take up extra room. I guess. I guess, but I mean, it depends though, Jonathan. Like, how many rooms are in the house, right? How many rooms are in the house? I mean, if anything, they just be like, oh, well, we're gonna move to the basement or something. DC Soap Sanctuary, the one and only. How the hell are you doing? I meant to text you this weekend too. We got to catch up. We got to catch up, my friend. We got to catch up. God damn it, DC. But they were all right though. All right. Yeah. I just got back from a conference in Atlanta. Exactly, Jonathan. So like, I don't think it would really do much as far as trying to kick them out. And besides, they wouldn't actually go through all the trouble of sniff there, bringing them in there just to kick them back out. It would. No, Jonathan. Unfortunately, I think that may wind up being John. Unfortunately, I'm with it. I'm with it, DC. I think that Josh will be a badass agent. And DC, that comment's for you. That comment is for you, my friend. Been out the loop. You've been out the loop, DC. But don't worry, I'll take it easy on you for the first couple of days that you're back because I'm a nice guy. At times, I'm still a villain. Don't get it twisted, okay? Wow. Just as Jocelyn's story sucks. I feel like sometimes we're on two totally different pages. Like I like her storyline right now. Um, and it's weird for you to sit there and say because I know that you like Jocelyn, so but no, just I'm still looking forward to doing you. I cannot wait for you to come out. I'm gonna just binge watch that shit. Like, I can't wait for that. Yeah, you DC. Like yes, you. No, no. I said I was gonna take it easy on you for a little bit. Yes, it's gonna be fun, Jess. It's gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. No, DC, I'm not. I'm not. You're not. Never mind. Or dies. No, we'll talk about it when it happens. I got my thoughts on that. So DC, I don't forget a lot of things. If I do, it's there's a good excuse for it. But I don't normally forget. Mike Corbin, god damn, DC. We're waiting for your review on your channel if you do character. Oh, are you talking about I'm assuming you're talking about DC. What's good, Jay Blue? What did I say? When did I say late Jocelyn? Alyssa Jeffers says, "Do you think Rafe would turn dark after Jada confessed?" I mean, he's not a cop anymore, Alyssa J. So why not? Like seriously. Um, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Alyssa, after so many times being dumped by women or being screwed over by women, I can make a good case for him to go dark. I'm just saying. What's good, Jay Blue? It's good to see you tonight. It's a good possibility. I mean, she doesn't seem like she's really ready to really go there, you know? So, I mean, just in general. Oh, okay, DC. I look forward to watching it. That's the thing. She doesn't seem like she's ready. That's the thing. Well, I know you don't watch B&B, but it's the same thing with Electra, though. I mean, yes, in a sense, Alyssa, because, I mean, Jada did this out of revenge. She did this out of revenge. She didn't do, you know what I'm saying? So, like, in a sense, yes, even though she didn't know, she still did it out of revenge. So, and it really matters how Rafe is going to look at it. Just as Kat seems way more into Thomas than he is into her. Yeah, I mean, especially enough to sit there and ask a bold question like that to be like, "Yo, listen, can you tell your cousin to kind of lay off our firm?" Like, bro, you didn't like you called her over there. You know that she's a very busy woman and everything like that. You called her over there not to sit there and spend time with her, but to ask her for a favor, bro. This is like your third time seeing her. Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah. But yeah, listen, I think that he would probably think it's so, you know. Plus, hurt feelings and stuff like that. Johnson says when we start seeing the new writing material on days, I hope they actually pick up where certain cliffhanger episodes left off the very next day. Unlike, yes, and I agree. I 100% agree, Jonathan. I 100% agree. That shit is starting to get kind of annoying. Just say, yeah, I don't know how he thought it was a good idea. His job wouldn't even be at risk. His job actually would be at risk, though, Jazz. If Naomi took that to court and Naomi won, and they had to pay out, no, his job will be at risk. The firm will be in jeopardy of closing, so his job will be at risk. Like, no, his job will be at risk. But I mean, it's still out of pocket though. Either way. Jay Lewis had just finished watching Tuesday. I swore at Alexis I was happy that Isaiah checked Lucky and was happy when Diane Miller showed up at the crib. Yeah, no, it's a silver case. They would have to pay them out. Yeah, but even if they would have to pay them out, you don't think that it would like bankrupt the. I had another question for you, Jess, and I can't remember what it was. It was a legal question too. I work for an employment firm, and most cases just settle. I had another question for you too, and I cannot remember what it was. Fuck. Yeah. Um. I'm glad that he grew a little bit of balls and been like, "Yo, listen, you can't control me." So I'm glad about that. Hmm. Okay, Jess. I'm hoping so, Ed, because you do have Orpheus back. If Orpheus back, it'd be kind of odd if he doesn't at least talk about Evan. Maybe not Jan Spears, but if he doesn't talk about Evan at the very least, that would be off, Ed. I would sit there and say that would definitely be off. Because me and Jonathan been sitting there asking about that for a hot minute. God damn it. I can't remember what it is. Jess, I'm gonna ask you at some point, but I can't remember what it is though. And it was a question specifically for you, and I can't remember what it is now. Should have wrote that shit down in my damn notes too. No, first of all, I'm sorry, Kelly. Do you know how many soap operas I actually sit there and watch, and how many questions I gotta sit there and write down? Ugh, you are so much, cat lady. I'm not listen. When I'm gonna ask it this week. I know that much. Yeah. You know what I was okay? You know what I was annoyed about though, Jazz? I was annoyed that Ashley kept some that like that Ashley was so worried that Andre wasn't talking to her. Like, okay, he wanted to hit on you. You didn't want that. He doesn't feel comfortable around you. Like, let it go. Like, why are you still there looking at him and like tracking him down and being like, oh, so what's going on? How come you're not talking to me? Because he doesn't want to. You got a boyfriend. Like, why are you caring so much that like she doesn't know why. It's just like, why do you care? More important, just why do you care so much? Like, why do you care if he's not there talking to you or not? You have a boyfriend, right? Dude, you're trying to trying to make a move on. You said no. If he wants to be butthurt, no one be butthurt. Like, as says, where would you want to see Vanessa on Beyond the Gate story go? That's how I looked at it, Jess. Um, yeah. I think if the one thing I want to see is I want her to sit there and really like have it out with Doug because Doug has clearly been neglecting her, and uh, I think that he's going to be so dumbfounded when she really comes at him, and be like, "You've been ignoring me. You barely see me. You treat me like an afterthought. You don't appreciate me." Like I want to see that because I want to see how he's going to respond to like him always being away, gambling and stuff like that. That's what I want to see. Kelly, you seem to saying Ashley is definitely the new villain, like Willow. I don't know. I found it so extra and unnecessary. This is my issue with some of this stuff, right? Like the one thing I was happy about with Beyond the Gaze is that like Bill and Danny didn't really sit there and talk too much about each other. I know that's a contentious point, and they got to sit there and bring it up from time to time. But for like 3 weeks, all they done was let their exes live in their head rent free, and it just got annoying. It just got annoying. It got very old. Like Danny, I mean, listen, I get it. You got 30 years plus or whatever with this man. I don't need to sit there and see you constantly talk about Bill. Bill, I do not need to sit there and Haley, I do not need to sit there and have you talk about what Danny's doing or Danny's doing this, or Danny's doing that. It's like it just gets kind of old after a while. It's like there's nobody else in town you can sit there and interact with and talk to or anything like that. Like it's like I like the show, I do, but even today with like Kat and Eva, I mean Kat and Eva, Eva was like, "Yo, listen, I grew up with nothing. You grew up with everything. Like you coming at me is a bad look. Stop." And Kat didn't even actually have anything to say. She just stood there with her arms crossed. I'm like, boy, this shit is getting kind of old. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, we know that Eva's up to something, but your bougie ass attitude just makes me care less and less every single time. Well, because she is putting the pieces together. I mean, as she just sit there and say, like, oh, do you have a side piece or whatever? I was like, Vanessa, I can't believe we just sat there and said, like, just say, yeah, the Cat and Eva stuff is getting old. And Kylie says, yeah, I can't stand Eva. That says Albert Haley versus Naomi was funny, but Naomi owned that one. You know, I will sit there and take a play. I will sit there and take a page out in the Keisha playbook. Like maybe they, and I think like maybe they should sit there and do some flashbacks, right? Like they did one for Bill and Danny. If my whole thing is like, if you really want us to sit there and be invested in this Naomi and Haley stuff and being like, oh, well, we used to be such close friends or whatever, give us an example of how close they were back then so we can have some sort of comparison to how far that they fell now, how far they have they fallen now, you know? What the hell is my goddamn, oh, son of a bitch. Oh, of course it does. Jay Blue says, I bought my second vodka today. I was influenced by a scene in Seinfeld when he grabbed it. Oh, uh, when he stole it from that old chick, right? Yo, he had to get the last one. Oh no, that was Rye. Never mind. Listen, that show was classic, but I think only the first couple of seasons, Jay Blue. Only the first couple of seasons of Seinfeld was good. Yeah, but that's the thing though, Jay Blue. Only the first couple of seasons of Seinfeld was actually good. Like after that, it like the last couple of seasons, I was like, no, no. Let me ask you a question, Ed. Does it matter? I don't know what that is, Jay Blue. No, I know, but I don't know what that is though. Like, what is that? Ed, the reason I'm sitting there saying I'm gonna have to look that up. The reason I'm sitting there saying is that I'm gonna be honest. Ted doesn't really seem like he does much. I'm gonna look that up. I mean, that's cool, I guess, but I don't know. I guess my whole thing is like Ted doesn't really do much. It's a sweet chocolate bread type thing. I don't remember that episode from J Blue. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't remember that episode then. Oh, that looks good though. I'm not gonna lie. That looks good though, Jay Bloom. I don't know. I guess I don't remember that one though. Like I said, Jay Blue, like the earlier stuff was actually really good. Like the shrinkage. I mean, you remember that one, right? I don't even think I have to sit there and say anything more than I got it at Trader Joe's. You remember that though, right? I guess my whole thing is though, just like I don't really care so much about them switching actors because it's like this guy doesn't really bring much to the table. And that's not I mean, that's not a good thing, but it's also not a bad it's not a bad thing either as far as like switching. Hmm. I mean, to be honest, Jay Blue, I look at that scene now and I'm like, yo, that chick was foul. I'm gonna be honest, that chick was foul, Jay Blue. Um, like that seemed like some. Here's the thing. The sad thing is, Jay Blue. I feel like if I go back and I watch those episodes of Seinfeld, like even that, it's supposed to be a joke, right? It's supposed to be funny. That's some high school bullshit right there. Though, if you're gonna be honest, Jess says he's not a great actor either, but I was used to him. What was you used to him about that? See, like that's my whole thing though. Just like I mean, was you just used to his face or his voice? Because like other than that, like that's and it's interesting, Jay Blue, because it's like as you get older, you kind of look at things through a different lens in a sense. Just as they should have just made Martin Nicole and Danny's brother. He looks too old to be her son. To be honest, those characters needed to grow up. Are you talking about Seinfeld? Are you talking about just that they should have just made Martin, Nicole, and Danny's brother? He looks too old to be. Well, I mean, he is adopted, so I guess he can kind of get away with that a little bit. Just like if he wasn't adopted, you might have a point. And if Ted and Martin had the same type of beef, okay, okay, all right, yeah. Just Martin is adopted. I take your word for that. I don't know about men's stuff, but I I guess so. I don't know. Dude doesn't like. I don't know, but I respect your opinion on it. The says yes, George lived out. Yes, I mean that's true. That's true. But I mean that's you have a point, Jay Blue. You have a point. He was doing that, Jay Blue. You had Seinfeld that was not there dumping hot women for like the stupidest reasons. How he actually had that apartment and actually had money by his job, which seemed like it didn't really pay that much. Like there was a lot of shit that was just either stupid or didn't really make a lot of sense. Yeah, Andre is adopted. Whoa, Johnson says Martin is adopted. Are we talking about Andre? Andre, okay, Andre, no, 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 Martin is adopted. Yes, no, Martin is adopted. No, Andre is not adopted. Oh, hold on. On this, Riley says Martin is not adopted. Johnson says Andres is the nephew. Andres adopted to took him up. Oh shit. Okay. I think you're right, Jonathan. Almost, yeah, I mean a decent amount, Jay Blue. But he lives in the city though. Like he lives in New York City. Like decent money is not okay to be snipped and live in New York City. What? Oh. Wow. Kelly says we know we are right. Well, don't say don't do that. Well, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's true. That's true, Jay Bloom. Johnson says Andre is nephew of Ted. I take that back, Jay Blue. That makes even less sense. The fact that Kramer didn't have a job and he lived in New York City, even back then for like the 1990s. What did my? That's so annoying. Okay, there we go. That's the one I was looking for. Okay, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, right. He said all with his. Excuse me. What? what? What did you just say? Why the hell? Jay Blue says maybe he lived in the wreckage. I get that, Jay Blue, but that does not make any damn sense. That like maybe for Seinfeld, Kramer had no job. Oh wow. Okay, so she just wow. God damn it, girl! You lucky you hide. you 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 lucky you hide. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Oh shit. You're right. Okay. All right. You know what? I mean, come on, Jazz. Cat lady. Goddamn cat lady. You know what? Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. I'm just gonna sit there and put it under the category of she's hot. We're gonna move on. You know, it's really bad though. Like, Kelly is the type of person that, like, she can't just win an argument. Okay, she can't just win an argument. She gotta sit there and like obliterate the other person. It's not just enough to win. Okay, okay, so I was wrong. I was wrong. Well, you told. First of all, I don't have meltdowns. Okay, I have passionate moments. I don't know what. Don't say that. I don't have meltdowns. I'm a Leo. What's good, Lisa? How you doing tonight? Yeah, I don't have meltdowns. I'm just, you know, if you're not a Leo, you're not gonna understand. So, Jess, you do that sometimes too. So don't do that. You do that sometimes too. Tanya, what's good, Tanya? Lisa, I'm doing good. I'm actually doing really good tonight. See, I don't throw a chat. She's joking. Okay, she's joke. Don't do that. Exactly, exactly, Black Mod. I don't throw temper tantrums or anything like. I don't do that. I just have passionate, baby. I'm passionate. God damn it. But anyway, Kelly's joking. That's what she does. As says Albert, how soon until you think Danny and Audrey are found out, and do you think it would make Ashley start to sleep with him right after? I mean, she. Here's the thing. Normally, I would sit there and say no, but seeing how Ashley was so, in a sense, kind of butthurt about Andre avoiding her, and the fact that like she was having some sort of, you know, like she was having like I don't want to sit there and say fantasies, having like J Blue, but having fantasies, it's possible. Johnson says you may not care about this, but actually, I heard about that, Jonathan. I heard about that. Actually, a couple weeks ago, you're a wannabe bad. No, 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 no. I Lisa, I'm a villain. Okay, I'm a villain. I'm mean. I am mean. I am petty. I am vindictive. Kind of a nightmare. Well, throw your pen with passion. I mean, I don't do that because I don't have, But see, that's the thing. But see, that's the thing, though, Jess. Like, they're not gonna. No, see, you're so good up until I'm gonna read this comic because I'm not even gonna get started with you, Jess. Um, See, that's the problem, though, right, Jess? It's like we know that they're not gonna kill off Rick. They may put him in a. They may like the most they'll do is they'll put him in a coma or something like that. But they're not gonna kill him off. Like we knew that they were not gonna kill Carly off. You'd be surprised, Lisa. But they're not gonna do that, though. I mean, Jess, to be fair, they wouldn't kill off Carly, though, right? They wouldn't kill off. They wouldn't kill off Carly. I like Rick, and we need that. See, they're not gonna. They're not gonna. Like that's unfortunately. See, that's the problem with like a lot of these American soap operas is that they are too afraid to kill off people. You know, Carly taking polonium and everything like that. It's like we knew that she wasn't gonna get killed off. Unless the actress had like some sort of I don't know, back and forth or whatever. Yes, see that, and that's the problem. It makes for being predictable and everything. Queen Becky D says, "I think I just hurt my, I think I just hurt myself rolling my eyes too hard. But you're too funny." Listen, it's that's Cat Lady's fault. That is Cat Lady's fault right there. Because Cat Lady likes to be sassy. Okay, I want you to think. Okay, I want you to think about that though. Just as like Stranger Things, it's so shocking that all the castmates made it so far. Just my dad actually likes that show. He actually likes that show a lot. But Jonathan says G's killed Samoff. But Jonathan, okay, G's killed Samoff because of background because of off-screen drama. If they didn't have off-screen drama, she wouldn't have been killed off. So that's the exception, though, Jonathan. If there's background. Oh, cat lady, I would do that with pleasure and then some. Hmm. But I don't know. My pen pam is pretty strong. So I don't know if you're ready for that. Oh, backstage. Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Backstage drama. Ed says, Albert, that's why One Life to Live was great. They had no problem killing characters off. If they did bring a character back, it would be for a good reason. Yes. Um, I have to take your word for that because I mean I did watch One Life to Live and I didn't watch it all the way through. I only think I watched like about 3 or 4 years of it. But hmm. But yeah, backstage drama. Yeah, that's entirely different. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, DCN and Delmex got me. Lisa says I'm supernatural, not supernatural. I love supernatural. I'm not gonna sit there and say this because I don't want to spoil it for the boys. But if you know the boys, if you know the show the boys, and you know supernatural, I don't think I have to sit there and say much. Have a night, Tanya. It's good to see you. But yeah, I don't have to sit there and say much. All I'm gonna sit there and say is they going back to work. Okay. They got some. Jonathan, that was my go-to show on Netflix. Um, but Lisa Dean was the man. Dean Dean was the, especially when he became a demon. I don't even want to like. I don't want to sit there and shift the conversation. But when Dean became like a demon, when he had that we had the mark of Cain. I've seen a little Supernatural. Jess, when you get a chance, watch Supernatural. That's all I'm going to sit there and say. But I will say this much, though, Jess. The special effects aren't great. Um, but the characters and like the story kind of makes up for that. I will say that much. That's what I will sit there and say. The special effects are they ain't great, but the characters and the story kind of like balances it out. Carry on my wavery son, my wayward son. As that they kill people off a lot and had a lot of serial killers when I was watching and nobody was safe. You mean on One Like to Live, right? Lisa says I watched it probably 100 times. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if I watch it that much, but Yes, I do. Ranting Ricardo was good ranting. I was in your live stream for a little bit today. I didn't really get a chance to sit there and say much, but was waiting for you to lie. My love, I don't lie. Like, what are you talking about? I've never lied. Like, what are you talking about? Christina's going to do time for this, and I'm not upset about it, as you should. Yeah, no, listen, Renton, I always love that they're coming in there for a little bit, seeing how you're doing and how you do your live streams and stuff. That's true, Jonathan. I'm not going to sit there and spoil the rest of it, but yes, but he is already in the show, so that's not spoiling it. That's true. That is absolutely true. Lisa says my favorite was the last holiday. What was that about? I don't remember. It's been so long. What was I lying about, Cat Lady? But what was that one about? I'm trying to sit there and think of my favorite season. Oh shit, I know my favorite season. Okay, I'm gonna sit there and say a phrase, and you can tell me what the episode was about. Nutcracker. I don't know why, Ed. I don't know why I don't remember that, but no, I don't remember that. I know it happened, but Harry says you always lie. I listen, Cat Lady. I've never lied since I've been streaming. I've never lied once. I feel like you may be lying about that. I don't. Wow, I don't remember that one. And that's weird too, Jonathan, because I feel like I would definitely remember that. Mr. Butters. No, I don't remember the Nutcracker one. Yes, I do. It was kind of weird though, right? Like they just kind of just threw him in there out of nowhere, and it just seemed like his existence didn't even really matter that much. She was a tree nympho. I feel like I should. Okay, Lisa, I know you're not making that up, but like I feel like I would definitely remember that, like for so many reasons. Johnson says, "Is that even still a thing?" Because it's funny too, Jonathan. Because I was sitting there thinking about that. Like I don't even know what I would actually what I'm actually looking forward to seeing. But like, is that even still a thing that's going on, Joe, Jonathan? I remember we talked about it a couple months, but definitely that different thing entirely. Still in development. You have to remember that Sam became the devil to save him because the devil took over his body. I really don't. It's weird, and that's the thing. Ed. Like I've seen every episode, and I still don't remember. Elliot says way supernatural nutcracker. Hey, well, first of all, Callie, did you ever see? Did you ever see? You saw? Okay, you saw Supernatural. No one actually said what that was, so I'm just gonna sit there and say it. There was a point where they were. Yes, yes, exactly. Thank you, Callie. See, you knew. You knew. And let me ask you. You knew. Okay, so at least you knew. I'm glad you knew, Callie. And let me ask you a question. Do you think that? Well, first of all, I want Tree to come back. Okay, so Jonathan, you do remember it. What? Okay, this is you remember it. And let me ask you a question. Do you not want that show to come back on because of the reboot of Gossip Girl? I just want to ask you that. Do you think that is that why you don't want that show to come back on because of no, no, actually, no, I don't. But I just want you to answer that. They kept getting it. Yeah, yes, cat waiting. I was watching that shit like I think a couple weeks ago. But yeah, okay, but here's the thing though, Ed. There's a couple of things you gotta sit there and just kind of keep in mind. One, there's different showrunners. Yes, Jonathan, Dr. Sexy, MD. But see, the thing though, Ed, you have to understand something. They're going to be run by two different people. The people that made the Gossip Girl reboot aren't the same people that's going to be making the One Tree Hill reboot. That's number one. Number two, one was on the CW, and the other one's going to be on Netflix. So, like, that's the difference, though, Ed. And I feel like that's something that you need to take into consideration. Yep, that was Lisa, which later he became like an archangel, and I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Well, I mean, yeah, Jonathan. I mean, yeah, the OG characters. I mean, to be fair, they could have had the OG characters from Gossip Girl, and that show wouldn't have worked because it was ran by different people. But that's the problem is though, Jonathan, is the fact that it left such a bad taste in Ed as far as like reboots because of that show, which had nothing to do with One Tree Hill. And they're going to be on different networks. So I would just sit there and say, at the very least, give it a chance. Just give it a chance. Wayne says, ran into the ground too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah. Johnson says, actually, the original creators did not work on the Gothika reboot. Yeah. But I mean, yes, there's that, Jonathan. So, I mean, but, you know, but that's the problem, though, Jonathan. And, yeah, that's the problem, though. That's how I'm Smith they're looking at it. It's like, it's not the same network, and it's not the same people. Yeah. 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 It didn't help. I mean, to be fair, I didn't watch the reboot of Gossip Girl. Would have been better if they just left it alone. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's the problem, though, Lisa. Like, that because then like the thing is the flip side, Lisa, if it was actually good, like if the reboot was actually good, then we wouldn't be sitting there talking about how bad it was. People would have been watching it as I can, but I just let the first season end before I bothered. Also, they tried that with Saved by the Bell on Peacock, and I think they're going to spend too much time trying to check so many boxes. Hmm. While they're doing the Harry Potter reboot, okay, and I do see what you're saying. I do, and that's definitely a concern. And I didn't watch the Gossip Girl reboot, but I can imagine that they probably wound up doing the same thing as far as checking too many boxes. Johnson says the original creators did work on Gossip Girl reboot. Oh, the well, that's not good. But it doesn't even really matter though, Jonathan, because Gossip Girl, the people that worked on Gossip Girl is not going to be the same people that's working on um. It's not going to be the same people that's going to be working on One Tree Hill. I think what it comes down to is just if you see one reboot that goes sour in your head, you're just going to assume that the other reboot is going to go sour. And it could, but it couldn't. Like, it's like you can't predict the future and you can't sit there and predict how it's going to go. And using a failed reboot as a benchmark or whatever, I feel like it's unfair to the people that's making that show. In my opinion, I'm sure people on like it's yes, Jonathan, but it's more like you can't sit there and use that as a benchmark. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's kind of unfair. You know. So I mean that's how I look at it. But the problem is, Jonathan, I feel like with Ed's comment is that he's not the only person that's thinking that. Like that didn't just come out of nowhere. I'm I'm sorry. Hold on. What it? What did you just say? As said Albert, they're doing a Harry Potter and they're making Snap. You know, it's really bad. Ed. I've never watched Harry Potter. Um, I don't really care for magic except for if it's done in the Vampire Diaries. But I'm not a fan of race swapping. I'm not a fan of race swapping. I can tell you that much. Look at that right now. I mean, no. What the thing is, Ed, I don't really do Harry Potter. Like Harry Potter is not really my thing. Um, but just the whole race swapping thing just because some rules don't work doesn't mean yeah. And that's the thing, though, Jonathan. Yes, that's exactly what I'm sitting there saying, Jonathan. It's it's more of a feeling than an actual. Yes, actually, I have, Jonathan. I don't know how you guys feel about these actors in the new generation aren't on a level of the actors we are watching in movies and TV as on the actor. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that one. But yeah, Jonathan, no, I seen the Secret Circle. Oh, actually, to tell you the truth, Jonathan, some of those actors want to be coming in. Um, other shows that I like Haley and that other chick that wound up being in Teen Wolf. I can't remember her name. But what about it though, Jonathan? Yeah, I mean, I take your word for it. I just like I said, I just never like Harry Potter was just never my jam, really. Like I said, oh, thank you, Shelley. Yes, yeah, she was in Teen Wolf. But yes, I remember Secret Circle. I don't remember it being that good though. Like it wasn't terrible, but like I felt like season two would have been fired up. Season one was it wasn't terrible, but I felt like it could have been better. Oh no, I did, Cat Lady. After you said that, I did actually text her. Yes, no, I did text her, but I'm gonna go to her chat right now, though. Oh, I remember that, Jonathan. Yes, no, I used to watch that show, but I did text her. I'm gonna go to her chat in a second and make sure she got it. Mike says, "Can you imagine if they reboot Vampire Diaries in the original second for Oh God, no, 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 Wink, that's blasphemy for like so many reasons. I'm not gonna lie, I would probably lose my shit. Like Lisa says, Harry Potter was great. Come on, Albert. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just not saying like it was my thing. I know people like Harry Potter and that's cool. Um, but it was never my thing though. Yes, actually I did, Jonathan. I'm not gonna lie, that was another show that was like and it was based off of a comic. Um that was good, but I felt like it could have been better. Like it had Robbie Amell, um that other blonde guy, they had a guy named Jedekai. Yeah, I remember that show. Lisa says love Harry Potter. That's cool. I mean, listen, I'm not knocking people who like Harry Potter. I know people did. It was just it wasn't my thing. Like it no. I'm not gonna lie, Lisa. I'm not okay. I had a bad experience watching one of the Harry Potter movies. I don't remember which movie it was. I remember I didn't like it. My ex girlfriend got sick that night. I got sick the next night after that. Like it was just a bad omen from being like, yeah, I don't think I need to watch anything Harry Potter ever again. They did way too many storylines that could have happened later on. And yeah, you know, Ed, I think my biggest issue with the Secret Circle was the main character. Um, the chick who was in the Vampire Diaries in the originals, I liked her better than the main character. I don't even remember the main character's name, but I remember the chick that played in the originals, and I liked her better. 3D gotta have Ian and Stefan. Yeah, but I mean, like if they do some race swapping shit, actually was based off of a British show. Really, Jenica played by yes, that's right, Jonathan. He was also in that show Being Human too, if you remember that show. As said, Cassie was the main character. Kelly says you liked who? So there was a show called The Secret Circle, and the chick that plays Haley and like the originals, she was a character on the show. She wasn't the main character, but like she was one of the characters. But I liked her better than the main character. I watched a little bit of both, Jonathan. I watched the American version of Being Human and the British version of Being Human. Wing says I feel the same way about the movie. I made a state that was my worst. Lisa says no race swapping. Those two gotta be original. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Haley was a badass. Haley, his thing, Lisa. Haley was a badass. Let's see. Okay, here's my issue with the fan base, Lisa. So people didn't like Elena, right? They shit on Elena. They thought Elena was awful and everything like that, just like Bella. They thought Haley was great in the Vampire Diaries, and then the originals happened. Now people are they're shitting on Haley. Oh, well, I think she's overpowered. I think that she's not a good character, and da 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 da. And I'm like, I feel like sometimes like it's the fan base sometimes that just like Lisa says I like Elena. I didn't have a problem with Elena. I feel like other people just like. But to be fair, Lisa, I didn't have a problem with Bella either. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. As says I love being human in those seasons was wild. Yeah, I liked it. I don't know, Ed. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. And see, the problem with that show is that I don't know if I would have liked it as much if I didn't like the Vampire Diaries, if I didn't like um Twilight. Like those are the shows that actually made um being human good or popular. Johnson says an actor who played Nora on the flat. Yes, she was. I don't remember who she was, but yes, she was. But I find something to like in every character. I like Bella more as a vampire. But Ed, I think what it comes down to is like, I mean, I don't know how like sometimes like the fan base could just be so all over the place. Or we never. What is it about people hating females with powers? They did the same thing with Ray and Star. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna sit there and say something that people do not like. Well, I said in my video, so I don't really give a shit. I love Star Wars, but I feel like not people in here, but I feel like some of the people that like I feel that some of the Star Wars fans are fucking nut jobs. Um, I feel like they're a bunch of man babies and everything like that. Like, I mean, and that's the thing though, Wink. Like, sometimes people just have natural talent. No matter what it is, they have natural talent. Um, and then, they called her Mary Sue, and I'm like, no, sometimes people just have natural talent. But I don't know if it was. I think it was part. I think it was people partly hated the character, and people partly hated the actress. Okay, Ed, I can give you that. I can give you that. Wing says we never really see Kylo Ren train just because he's Darth Vader's grandson doesn't mean he's the best fighter in the galaxy. That's true. Exactly. And he just had natural talent. I'm glad you actually brought that up, Wayne, because I totally forgot about that when I was ripping into them. Lisa says not a Star Wars fan here. My older brother was wed fighting over TV every day. My whole thing is like, I feel like the Star Wars fandom is just very toxic. Like, there's toxic fandom. There's toxic people in every fandom. Clearly, we've seen that in soap operas. But the Star Wars fandom has got to be the worst fandom I have. Like, I'm embarrassed to be a Star Wars fan because people just don't know how to act. Anyway, as much as I would love to sit there and continue doing this, my ass does actually have to go to bed, and I had to go to bed 53 minutes ago. So I'm gonna sit there and take my happy ass to bed now. I don't know how tomorrow's gonna go because I do have to work longer that day. So most likely I won't do a stream, but I'll let people know just in case anything changes. But yes, have a good night, Wink. Have a good night, Ed. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Island. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Queen Cat Lady. There we go. That's my gorgeous woman. Um, have a good night, Lisa. Have a good night, Jonathan. And yes, thank you, Lisa. You have a great night. Anybody else who I missed, you know who you are, and I will see you in the next stream. Laters.